All right, come on in. Get closer to the fire. I'm glad you made it. Tonight, we're not talking about theories or ideas. No. Tonight, we need the warmth of this fire because the story I'm about to tell you is going to leave you feeling very, very cold. So go on, find a good spot, let the crackle of the flames settle your nerves. You're going to need it because this story, it needs a little light to keep the shadows at bay. And I need to be totally clear about something right from the get-go. This is not some fable, not some made-up tale. This actually happened to a young woman living all by herself in an apartment in Noida. It all started, as these things so often do, deep in the nights. The clock on her phone read 3:03 a.m. But she didn't wake up from a noise, at least not at first. She woke up from a feeling. You know the one, right? That primal, goosebumps on your arm sensation that tells you, without a doubt, that you are not alone. That feeling of eyes on you in the dark. She tried to shake it off, telling herself it was just the last bits of a bad dream. She just squeezed her eyes shut, pulled the blanket up to her chin, and tried to will herself back to sleep. But that's when the feeling got a partner, a sound, and it was coming from directly under her bed. It was quiet, but it was so distinct. A soft little tapping sound against the wooden frame of her bed. It was slow, deliberate. This wasn't the house settling. It wasn't a tree branch tapping on the window. No way. This was intentional. And then just silence. A heavy, listening kind of silence that was 100 times worse than the noise it replaced. She's lying there, completely frozen, every muscle in her body screaming. It feels like forever, but she finally works up the courage, leans ever so slowly over the side of the bed, and whispers into the blackness. She gets no answer. Not in words, anyway. All she hears is breathing. And it's not right. It's this wet, shallow, broken sound. Like something is down there, struggling for every single breath. And that was it. Her heart is just hammering in her chest. She fumbles around for her phone, her hands are shaking like crazy, and she turns on the flashlight. She takes a deep breath, points the beam under the bed, and sees absolutely nothing. Just some dust and shadows, and empty space. And this wave of relief, oh man, it just crashes over her. She actually lets out the little shaky laugh. The tension just pops. She thinks, okay, I'm just tired. My mind's playing tricks on me. She gets back under the covers, telling herself she's just going a little crazy. But just as her head sinks back into the pillow, just as she starts to feel safe again, that relief is completely shattered. Her phone, which she's still holding, vibrates in her hand. She glances at the screen. It's not a friend. It's not work. It's a message from a number she has never seen before. And that cold knot of fear starts twisting in her stomach all over again. Her fingers are trembling, but she manages to unlock the phone. She opens the message. It's only 2 words. Her mind is just racing. Who is this? How on earth did they get her number? Is this some sick prank? Her thumbs fly across the screen as she types back one single frantic word. The reply comes back instantly, like impossibly fast. And the words on the screen, this is the moment her blood runs cold. The relief, the nervous laughter, it all vanishes. It's replaced by this pure, paralyzing horror because she had just looked. She knew there was nothing there. So how? How can they possibly know? She knows she shouldn't. Every single instinct is screaming at her to get up, run out of the room, scream for help, anything but look. But she can't fight it. It's like this magnetic pull she has no control over. Like she's in a trance, she slowly, inch by agonizing inch, leans over the side of the bed one last time. And this time, the flashlight beam finds something. It's not some monster, not a whole person. It's just 2 eyes, staring right back up at her from the deepest, darkest part of the shadows. And they're wide open, and they are smiling. Her hand just gives out. The phone slips from her fingers, clatters onto the floor. The beam from the flashlight winks out, and the room is plunged into total, suffocating darkness. The only thing she can hear is the roaring of blood in her own ears. And then, in that pitch-black silence, a whisper. But it's not coming from under the bed anymore. No, it's right there, right next to her ear. So close, she can feel the breath. The next morning, her neighbors found her. She was just sitting up in her bed, staring straight ahead. She was alive, but the person they knew was gone. She never said another word to anyone. She just sits there all day, her eyes fixed on that empty space under her bed. And sometimes she'll just smile. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? If there's nothing there, then what is she seeing? What is she smiling at in that empty darkness? Maybe some things, once you see them, they never really leave you alone. Sleep tight.